Hey Simmers!
Hi everyone!
Welcome to Make 2 and a Sims 4 house tour, although this is not a house. This is going to be, hopefully, the start of a university in Sims 4. Yes.
This is the start, this isn't it, and this is a massive building already.
We are crazy people. The reason that we are doing this, well, for one thing is because we kind of wanted to, and second is because in our Eden Let's Play series, we have a couple of teenagers who were going to age up to young adults pretty soon, and we need a place for them to go in between, like, being teenagers and adults, and
like college,
like
is what
college
we mean.
or university perhaps. So yeah,
So this is the biggest lot, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a 64 by 64 lot in
Wow.
Windenburg. We are eventually going to fill it up with, I mean, there's going to be,
Things.
more buildings all around here. But
There's-
just
yeah.
for now, we have done the main administrative and classroom building.
So in my head, a college starts like with the oldest building, and that's where it originally was. Like the whole university was just this one building. Over time, it grew and grew and grew.
Yes.
I don't know if that's the case in your head, but I could
Yes.
see this being, back in the day, this was Windenburg University, and over the centuries, it's expanded, or will expand, with the extra buildings that we're going to build.
It will indeed. And as you will see, hopefully for the rest of the series, we are going to be using different architecture styles with some of the different buildings because of exactly what you said, the idea that this university has grown over time and is now going to be full of like different styles as rich donors or rich alumni have donated to the school. So anyway, let's just go ahead and get started on the main floor. As we go in, we see here, well, you would walk past this statue of, let's say, the founder of the university and the university flag here. A little bit of landscaping. Obviously, there's going to be plenty more landscaping all throughout once we're eventually finished. Just some bits and pieces here to denote that this is a historical type of building. You walk in up these stairs and you get to a...
Oh, I like that little table.
Yeah, this table is like...
with the brochures on it.
Exactly. This is meant to be brochures for the college, for the university, although that is a more of a
Well, it's a magazine.
yoga shot or something.
Someone left their yoga magazine there.
And so basically if you have prospective students or people touring the campus, they would just sort of chill here, maybe read some college literature before they get picked up by a tour guide. Now, back here, beyond these two staircases, we have some student lounge areas, so they're just sort of casually, situated with sofas and chairs and just a small table here. We don't want too much studying to happen here.
Yeah, so if they're chilling out here, it's not like a complete free-for-all students do what they like zone, because this is still the heart of
Yes.
the college.
Still
Yeah,
a
okay.
classy area.
You've still got to be a little bit prim and proper and talking a little bit quietly, I guess.
So through here, you get to the back part of the campus as you...
Out onto the grounds.
Exactly.
Okay.
And obviously we need a couple of billboards or corkboards here for students to post their flyers and announcements and advertisements and all of that. And then on either side, we've got restrooms for women and men over here. Let's see which way to go first.
Ooh.
The building is very symmetrical, which is, I think, in keeping with the idea of an older historical type of build. So on one side, the hallway kind of bends like this, and we've got an office for just maybe a random administrative professional, or maybe if you were coming to be interviewed for admissions, you could come in here if you wanted. Just fiddling with the walls. We haven't done a house tour in a while, so I feel like we're out of practice again with the walls. Anyway, this is going to be a classroom here.
Very nice. Yep, so more of a study class rather than a lecture hall, of course.
Well, this university specializes in smaller classes, but you will see later in the video there's going to be a bigger one. So this is another classroom here. Let me just pop the window so you can see the doors that I've been using for the classrooms. Through the back here, you can't get to it from the first floor other than outside, but as you see there's connecting tissue with this staircase here. But this classroom is more of a seminar type of discussion, so that's why the chairs are in a circle.
I think this makes sense to me. I can imagine that before there was a door by the teacher's chair there into the connecting room, but over time they've repurposed this space. Maybe it was, who knows what it was back in the day. But I think that's in keeping with, a building that evolves over the centuries.
I did manage to get a chalkboard here, so there
Very
were a few
nice.
things like that. And then over on this side, again, because it's symmetrical, it's sort of mirrored this way. We have the seminar room here, we have classroom here. By the way, this classroom has a big TV, as does the other one, in case the
Spotted
professor
that.
wants to have a bit more audio-visual component to their lecturing. And then here's another classroom and another administrative office here.
And I think that's everything on this floor, but I've seen tons of staircases. I think I've counted 4 staircases going up to the second floor, and I think I also spotted another couple of staircases going down.
Yes.
Just snuck behind there. I really like what you've done with that, the stacked staircases and the columns.
Thank you. It took a little bit to get that going. We did this in a speed build of a family home recently, and I just sort of briefly explained how to do it. But basically, you put a staircase here, you knock out the wall down here, and then be able to stack the staircase underneath. So, as you can see also, there are multiple ways in and out. So that's modeled on the real-life school that I went to. Basically, there were doors exactly where I've put them.
Okay. By the way, this wall, this sort of mini fence we're seeing around the side here.
Yes.
Is that a half wall or is that a fence? That's a wall that you've turned into a fence.
I think it's one of these, like a fence type of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So going upstairs, what we have are a mix of more classrooms and also administrative type offices. So the 2 staircases come up here and you have a bit of a bridge. I'm not sure I'm quite happy with the way that works, but it was kind of the best way to fit the staircases in while still making good use of the space upstairs. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
like there
the
needed
only
to be
other
a way for people to walk, between the 2.
If you narrow, this is like whatever it is wide underneath the chandelier. If you just got rid of that space, so you made the landing too wide on each side. But I like having the space where you can actually look down and see the floor below.
Yeah, me too.
I think that's nice.
Why I did that.
No, exactly. I think that's the only way to change this, and I would not do that.
Yeah. Okay, so at the exact top of the staircase are these 2 classrooms, which are more in a just conference style.
Yeah, or private study even.
Yeah, I don't know why you keep wanting them to be private. I know that they're small, but I mean, like, you have to imagine that there needs to be room on the lot for other buildings, so I couldn't make this one too big. But I just like the idea of the school having small seminar-style classes, and sitting around a table is one way to do that. So at the back here, there are more restrooms in the same place as there are downstairs. Off to one side, and again, there's few couches and chairs scattered here. Off to one side, I think of this as being a professor's office.
Oh, yeah. Lots of books.
Exactly, yeah. And then in here, we have a classroom, which is more of a lecture format. Is this enough chairs for you?
Yes.
Okay.
I think when I went to college, I either had very, very, very small classes, like 3 or 4 in the room, or hundreds in the room.
Don't worry.
I went somewhere weird, I guess.
Don't worry. Anyway, this is meant to be, I would say, the financial aid or tuition office.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember visiting that. Pay my bills every month.
Exactly. So there are a couple of computers here where, students would come in, give their check over, and the office worker would log their payment. Then here is the receptionist room for one of the main people at the school. I would say maybe the president or the dean.
Okay. So there's lots of chairs for the prospective meeting people or guests to have a sit while they wait for the head person.
Yep.
That's a nice room.
Yeah, I went for more of an old-fashioned style because that is the character of whoever is the president of the school. And as we go to the other side, again, that's going to be very similar. So there's another professor's office here, another classroom here, and then there's this room, which I guess would be for student records, maybe?
Okay.
Or maybe the other one is for student records and this one is for financial stuff. You know,
What we've got is a
either
records
way.
office on one side of the building, finances on the other, and if you need to go to both, the students have to walk along that long corridor.
The students have to be
Exactly.
exercising.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Yeah, you've got to make them work for it.
On this side is another receptionist office for, again, another formal office over here. But this one is, I guess, slightly more modern. The trimmings on the desk are a little more modern and the plants is slightly different.
Yeah.
I mean, these are very, very extremely small, subtle
Yeah.
distinctions.
But I like that though the walls and curtains are the same. Yeah, they are different, got a little bit of personality to each room as well.
By the way, I forgot to say, well, this one and the other one have their own private bathrooms because they are the big cheeses.
Yes, they have cheese.
So this staircase goes up to the next floor, the third floor, and that has been converted into, I would say, conference rooms proper, like the ones that you keep wanting to see. So again, there are just places to sit, and I just want to show what I was doing with the walls here.
Oh, wow.
These are kind of open glass walls so that there could be more light and just a more modern kind of style. I kind of think of this as like a renovated space, like I said.
We literally had something identical to this in a place, an office I used to work. That was quite an old building, and they'd converted the top floor into literally this. Glass room cubicle things for meetings.
Cool. I was going for something realistic like that. And because there was this just extra gap of 1 block in between the 2 rooms, I decided to just leave this, again, another open glass space with some, you know, decorative plant and lighting, just to add to the lighting generally. But the windows have shades in case people want privacy in their conference. And if we go up to the roof, basically,
I like that
that's how it
top
goes.
roof thing.
Yeah, these are chimneys just kind of lined up all along.
Oh, really?
Together.
So you put like 50 chimneys there?
Yeah, because nothing else
Wow.
can go up here because this is technically the top floor. Or at least that was what the game was telling me.
Okay.
Yeah. So I put those up there, and I just wanted to point out, you know, all this roof structure, like, this is much more complicated than anything I have so far built in this game. And
You are now the roof expert.
no.
Between the two of us.
Yeah, it took a lot of fiddling to get all of that stuff done the way I wanted it to be. But anyway, those 2 staircases in the main lobby area come down here. I'm not quite finished with this because we have some ideas for how we want the basements and sub-basement of the overall campus to go.
We are ambitious.
Yeah, so this is going to still be under construction, and in future videos we're going to show, you know, changes as they happen. But basically, the staircases come down into this large area. I might put some like couches and more casual hangout stuff. And on either side you get bathrooms for men and women, like this. And then through here, this is meant to be a mail room.
Oh, yes, where everyone can go and pick up their mail.
Yeah, and
Cool.
mail stuff themselves. So
Yeah.
there's a counter here for...
That looks so good.
Where am I going? There's a counter here for students to line up at and get their mail sorted or pick up whatever they need to. I need
Very
to probably
nice.
do some more decorations, but there just doesn't seem to be
Well,
a ton of stuff in the game. That
Also, this kind of room is just utilitarian.
yeah.
And, you know, the visitors don't go here,
No.
so it doesn't need to look as nice. What I really like about this floor is how, as soon as you step down those stairs, it felt so different from the much grander first floor.
Yeah.
Like, it's still
although-
nice, but it just feels a bit more modern, a bit more functional.
Yeah, the floor here is the
floor
same
is-
as the floor on the top.
Oh,
of the
really? Just
conference
it
rooms.
looks lighter colour to me.
It's the same.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, through these pair of double doors, you get the big classroom that you've been wanting to see.
Wow.
So it's not hundreds or anything like that, but it is.
Well, it'd be hard to
big.
fit that inside
Yeah.
Sims 4.
Like we said, we still need to leave room for other stuff on the campus, and I might even change this one and make it just a tad bit smaller, but, you know. Anyway, yeah, so I figured this could be like a Goodwill Hunting style lecture hall with,
Yeah.
you know, lots of science and math going on in here probably.
Very nice.
So that is part 1 of our Sims 4 University tour. We will be posting more videos as we finish more bits of the campus. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this introduction to it. Please Let us know in the comments what you think. Feel free to also give us suggestions for things we should add to the campus. We definitely have our own ideas, but we also could be, forgetting certain things. So yeah, those of you who are closer to university age, definitely let us know what you think you'd like to see. No promises about whether this lot will even be usable once we have finished filling it up.
Yeah, it might be too hectic to play with.
There's so much stuff in it. But we will eventually, of course, be putting it on the gallery for people to download into their own games if they want.
Thanks for watching.